there was just a bunch of Japanese dudes in the woods for a really long time after World War II. These were known as the Japanese holdouts. Following the end of the war, a bunch of these guys that they just did not believe that the war had actually ended and it was actually American propaganda trying to get them to surrender. The last guy to surrender was Private Nakamura. He was actually a Taiwanese conscript into the Japanese military because the Japanese, they took over a bunch of stuff. They held Taiwan, then known as Formosa, for quite some time prior to that. Whereas a few months prior, we had Hiro Onda, who also surrendered, and he was a lieutenant, I believe. These two men finally surrendering in 1974, by the way, is absolutely crazy, but their treatment afterwards, while not equally crazy, was still pretty weird. You see, Nakamura was a Taiwanese citizen, and so they just sent him directly back to Taiwan, not even going to Japan. And because he wasn't a Japanese citizen, he did not receive a pension. They gave him about 68,000 yen, which was about 1 month's pay for a private. Whereas Onda received millions of yen. Now, he did not take that. However, he did have a pension accessible to him that, once again, he didn't really want because I guess his family had plenty of money. I don't know. Now, the Taiwanese weren't super thrilled with Nakamura because they felt like he was a Japanese guy coming into Taiwan and they weren't a big fan of the whole Japanese imperialism thing, as you can imagine. However, the Japanese people felt really bad for him for not getting anything, and so there was a fund that was set up, and they gave him a whole bunch of money to be able to sustain himself for the rest of his life.